What's up guys, Maximilian here, back with more Black Ops 2 informational breakdowns for the new game that's coming out this November. In the background you're going to be seeing some gameplay from the original Black Ops of a game I had, I think it was Domination, on Hanoi, and I've had a lot of really good games on Hanoi. I think my previous record on this map was literally going 89-1 in a Domination game type and actually capping 2 or 3 points in that game. It was absolutely crazy and insane, but that was more towards when the game came out, and it's one of those things. If anybody agrees with me, leave a comment below. Does Black Ops just make more sense to you when you play it? For some reason, Modern Warfare 3's map design and spawn design system makes so little sense to myself. I'm surprised I was actually able to do somewhat as good as I did in that game, because it was difficult, man, and it made it really frustrating. However, in Black Ops, I feel like if you shoot at a guy, he dies, depending if the connection is decent or not. That is always an issue. And where dudes spawn actually makes sense, and it's one of those things, man. You get the bad end of it sometimes, and you get the good end of it sometimes, and this game is definitely a good end. So let's go into some of these details that has been dropping over the past couple of weeks for Black Ops 2. Hopefully you guys haven't heard a lot of this stuff, but if you have, go ahead and leave a comment below if I am missing anything. So they were really talking about this perk balance stuff, about how the perks in this game have been really switched up in Black Ops 2. If you guys didn't know, the perks that usually were assigned in previous Call of Duties to your weapon are now actually attachments. Even things like the laser sight, which I thought was just like for cosmetic the hell of it, it's not. It's actually steady aim. Which I think is totally awesome, because I'm amped as shit to run around as like Solid Snake impersonations and just run around with a SOCOM looking weapon, just plugging guys with a handgun that has a laser sight on it. That sounds totally freaking awesome. The other part of that is like things like quick draw, like aiming down sights, sleight of hand pro, all that stuff is now attachments. So they're really worried about things, how perks are going to affect the overall game. Like they were saying how the perk like awareness, which helps you hear the movement noise of people, like mantling objects, gear rattling, footsteps, all that stuff, and the perk Dead Silence taking the big noises and reducing it, but it doesn't actually remove everything. So there's this balance that was from before with previous games where it's like Ninja and like Hacker Pro, I think it was, or something like that. I forget what the original Black Ops, the combination, because it tends to change with every Call of Duty. One that lets you hear opponents more, and one that lets you make less noise, kind of like canceled each other out. And they were also saying that with later perks, they're really looking at the balance of this stuff, and that with this game, the first thing they did before they started writing any code for the multiplayer is to establish this system they have, this like 10-point perk system and all this stuff for your creative class, and to make sure that it's balanced. So, of course, nothing's ever perfect, and when you have a Call of Duty game in the hands of like millions of people as soon as it comes out, it's not going to be the most picture-perfect multiplayer experience. So we can expect some issues, but it's definitely good to see that they're paying close attention to this stuff, and they actually want it to run really well. There was the other thing that I'm kind of bummed about. What I kind of liked in previous games, especially Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, I liked the infinite sprint mechanic. It definitely gave you much more of an offensive push towards objectives, and it made people that played offensively do really well, and it was easier to get to your objectives. It also killed people really fast because you would be running way too much, so I think that was kind of the trade-off for it. And it turns out that the infinite sprinting, or like the Marathon Pro style of perk, is going to be gone in Black Ops 2. You're not going to be able to infinitely sprint in this game, and it's going to be more like it was in Modern Warfare the original and in Modern Warfare 3. So I'm not entirely bummed out by it, but it does kind of suck. I did enjoy the fact that I could run around like with a shotgun and actually forcefully be offensive with shotguns in games like Modern Warfare 2. Moving on, we got some more information about the final kill cam system and some improvements thereof. They're actually reviewing the upgrades of the final kill cams. Like, if you guys remembered in Black Ops, you didn't get the final kill cam if you were even on the winning team. Like, the final kill in a domination game or something like that would just go to whatever. And supposedly they're trying to fix that. They're also trying to fix the fact that when people disconnect or dashboard or eject their disk or turn off their system, stuff like that, as soon as the game ends, they're trying to fix that, of how the host will migrate enough to get you into the next game faster. So that's pretty good. I really hope they do that. The next thing they were talking about was the fact that with gear in Black Ops, like you have tokens for it, they were asking if you can actually sell back the gear. Like, for example, you use your tokens that you earned through the leveled up process, the 55 level process in Black Ops 2, and you can actually sell back that gear to get more tokens to get different stuff if you wanted to. They're actually saying that that's not necessary, and they don't actually want to do that. Once you spend the tokens, and that's that. The next biggest thing I wanted to talk about is something that's kind of dear to my heart, and why I've really enjoyed the Modern Warfare series, for reasons that are good and reasons that are bad. And it's the fact of high kill streaks, and not the high kill streaks that you guys know and love, like chopper gunners, AC-130s, dogs, and stuff like that. This is high kill streaks along the lines of like the Nukes and the Moabs. So what they're saying is that, well, there was some news for this one. So in previous games, I'm actually a fan of the nuke. I actually like the fact that it gave you a goal in Modern Warfare 2. I just hated the fact that it ended the game and was ridiculously unbalanced because you can get it with kill streaks. I really liked the Moab. I think the Moab was one of the smartest things they could have put into Modern Warfare 3. A nuke-styled thing that kills everyone on the map temporarily, and temporarily gives an EMP effect that makes everything look all dirty, pretty much. I like that. It was actually impressive to see. The problem is that it does encourage camping, and it does encourage boosting a lot with a lot of people, but at the same time, I feel like it's one of those things when you get it, you feel so ridiculously hyped about it. And it's one of those things where it's like constantly a goal for you. Like you get to that higher kill streak and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting close to it, I'm getting close to it. And it feels really good, and it's really exciting to finally put one out. I like that about these games. So what's happening with this one is the fact that they're not going to be most likely bringing back a Moab or a nuke style of kill streak, something that you always have equipped or you have to equip, things like that. Instead, they're not going to get you a physical kill streak for it. They're just going to reward you in different ways. They were saying that when you get a higher kill streak, killing a lot of people without dying will actually earn you specific medals. Medals that will be really good for unlocking certain things, actually maybe getting you like certain emblems or titles, maybe things like that. But essentially they will be rewarding you in different ways for your higher kill streaks. Now, that doesn't mean that still doesn't encourage camping or boosting. It is one of those things where you can't really avoid that in Call of Duty games. Like, whether somebody wants to be a booster or wants to be a camper, you can't really stop them from doing that. You can just try to make it harder on them. And the thing is, like, if you guys actually check the guys that camp a lot, or the dudes that do these, like, ridiculous tactics, you go to the leaderboard, like, just try this next time for me. When you go to the leaderboard and you actually look at the name of the person on the in-game scoreboard and you see how good or how bad they're actually doing, I almost guarantee you the guys that are doing that stuff are doing terribly. The dudes that are running Ghost and Ninja or Blind Eye and Assassin and all that crazy crap to try to keep themselves alive, like the most ridiculous stuff in the game, FMG, Akimbos, like crazy stuff that pisses everybody off. You actually look at how good they're doing, and they're doing that poorly. It's the same thing in like the original Modern Warfare 2. Like the guys that run nothing but NoobTube OMAs, you actually see how decent they're doing at the game. They have the most powerful, ridiculous thing ever in a Call of Duty game. And the fact of the matter is, they're still not doing that great. So I'm totally down for removing that from those players. Don't make it as easy on these people. I like making people learn how to play the game. And that's what I actively try to do on my channel with different Black Ops gameplays, especially with Modern Warfare 3 and all the previous Call of Duties. I try to make people better and to change your mindset as far as how you treat situations and how you go up against multiple opponents and objectives. So if you want to check that out, visit my channel at youtube.com/miles923. But from now up until the release of Black Ops 2, I'll be going over more informational videos like this and be doing several gameplay breakdowns of games from Black Ops and showing you guys how you can get ready for Black Ops 2 and how you should treat some of these situations and essentially get things like higher kill death ratios, more captures, more points, better team deathmatch scores, stuff like that. It applies everywhere, and it's not just towards one game type. But yeah, check that out on my channel, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd always appreciate a thumbs up. My name is Maximilian, signing out.